Alright guys, what is up? Here I am today to talk to you about the most broken cheese strategy in Arcane Showdown. It is not Rift Beacon, which I'm sure a lot of you think, hey, that'll be the broken cheese strategy. It is in fact Arcane Missiles plus Bubs on the Mage. So basically, you play Bubs, you go reasonably fast tier 2, not crazy fast or anything, you don't like snap tier 2. You enchant some mana, you play reasonably normally. Once you have tier 2, you Arcane Missiles your opponent's Mage. You target it so it only hits the Mage. And then by the time your Arcane Missiles is off cooldown for the second time, you should have Bubs ready. You then both Arcane Missiles the Mage and drop Bubs on it at the same time. And this is basically enough to take out a Mage on its own. Like, that's all you need. The rest of the deck is just designed to get me mana and keep me alive whilst we're cheesing the Mage. And obviously Wave is really good to push units back that are trying to defend against the Bubs. Alright, so this works in 2v2 a lot better than 1v1 because you have twice as many people attacking the Mage, but the Mage has the same hit points. So yeah, we're going to be playing with Copycat, and we're going to show you some of this obnoxious Mage cheese strategy. Okay. So, we're going to start the game as normal. We're going to go for a mana rock and enchanting for mana. They both have their mana rocks within one tidal wave, so I'm definitely going to take that wave value. I would happily wave a single rock, but with two of them, it's way too much value to pass up on. Alright, so we're going to just keep enchanting as normal. Probably go tier 2 around 250, 259. I'm going to save up here and go tier 2 now. And then as soon as we hit tier 2, we're going to start throwing Arcane Missiles at the Mage, basically. And then once we get Bubs, we're going to both drop Bubs on the Mage as well. Alright, so we're going to defend, obviously as normal. I might even do this. There goes the first Arcane Missiles. We'll wave here to defend. We're down an AWP. We prefer not to lose our statue, obviously. And our missiles, I actually messed up because I targeted the beacon. That was a misplay. Alright, so we hold the statue here. We've done some damage. You can see the Mages. It's not super damaged, but it's a little bit damaged. The important thing is when the Bubs comes down, that does a lot of damage. That's really what makes the strategy broken, is how much damage Bubs does. So by the time you can see Bubs is almost charged up, by the time we have missiles again, Bubs should be back to full charge. Alright, so there's missiles. We will missiles the Mage. Actually don't have Bubs. Rip. Misplayed again. Not a great start. So we're going to defend the middle again. And I guess we'll have to wait until we have missiles for the third time. I'm going to hold the Bubs until we have missiles. There's a Starfall. Alright, so we're going to have missiles again in a second. We're going to lose statue, that's not a big deal. And then we missiles and double Bubs. And look how much damage this does. Look at that Mage going down. Absolutely ridiculous. The cheese is completely insane. Wave his Bubs, and there it is. GG. And I misplayed that game a couple of times as well. Like I didn't play that one perfectly, and we still just annihilated the Mage. Alright. Against our alliance mates. Lubai and Lamars. Give them some emotes. Feel a little bit bad cheesing our teammates, but what are you gonna do? Wow. They double enchanted middle to try and steal our mana. That's hilarious. Alright, so we're going to enchant the... Yeah, Copycat's enchanting the statue. We'll wave once the Huntresses are on the statue. Buy ourselves some time to finish enchanting. Should be able to hold the statue here. And then we need to go tier 2. With the Mage, with the statue supporting it, it shouldn't be too difficult to hold off an attack. Statue actually does, level 2 statue does quite a lot. Get the rock up. Alright, so there goes the first Arcane Missiles. I'll drop Arcane Missiles as well. You can see how much damage. Look how much damage it's done to the Mage already. That's just 2 Arcane Missiles. So even without the Bubs, We could probably just Arcane Missiles it to death. Alright, so I have Bubs now, just waiting for missiles again. And then we'll go in and drop both Bubs at the same time. Possibly even get vision with another spell. The reason this works so well is because you can spell into Fog of War. Like this. And then that gives you vision. The spell gives vision when you use it. Copycat's Bubs is attacking the wrong target, but that's okay. We still just easily cheese the mage to death. Okay, so we enchant the mana, we get the beacon up. The rock, sorry, not the beacon. They've split their rocks, which is better. I'm going to tidal wave this one. They've tidal wave mine as well. And we're up against double Sokobo this time. So they're going to probably have a level advantage on us. It's hard to say at the moment. I mean, Sokobo goes +2. Alright, so again, we get these 4 enchanted, and I want to go tier 2 after that. Could wait a little bit, but I think the timing is actually... I think the 1 mana is not actually worth waiting like 3 or 4 seconds here. And now we just chill and wait for tier 2. There's the first Arcane Missile cheese. I'm gonna drop some goblins just to get some fighting going on and some more Arcane Missiles. I just want there to be some fighting so that my my box charges up. I'm gonna wave here to get the magelings back. Okay, so yeah, this... Ooh, it's tier 3 already. Interesting. So obviously, in a normal scenario, this tier 3 would be pretty scary because we haven't really been doing anything this game. And if we were not cheesing these guys, the tier 3 would be quite scary. It would be quite a big issue because it would just push us. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep cheesing. We're gonna try and defend. We'll probably lose a tower here, but that's not that big a deal. Almost got Bubs, so next time we have Arcane, we're going to go for the base. Drop an Orc on this Heck Hound. Probably losing this tower. There is the cheese. Drop the Bubs, and there, look at that. Look at that mage. Look at this mage. They've gone like instant tier 3. Game is over before they can even get a statue. Absolutely ridiculous. Completely insane. Completely insane cheese. Alright, Zork and Seren Wolf. I really like playing Mana Rock in Bubs decks because Bubs gives you a boost to your mana, like a percentage boost. So if you have, the Rock is effective like a guaranteed mana vein. So having a guaranteed mana vein so that when you go up you have for sure at least 1 extra mana thing. Obviously it can get killed and that sucks, but it normally isn't like you're normally a little bit negative trade if your opponent uses a spell to kill it, but not too much. Like it costs 3 mana, usually a spell that kills it costs 2. The worst is when it gets evil-eyed to death, that one sucks, but it's fine if it's like waved or bolted. Obviously you'd prefer if it wasn't, but what are you going to do, right? Oh, Copycat got tier 2 slightly before me there. Look at how much damage we've done to the mage already. So I'm putting some minions down again. I just want to get fighting started so that we charge up our Bubs quicker. Don't want to sit here on a bunch of mana not doing anything. I want to have Bubs by the time we get second Arcane Missiles, basically. There's the Heck Hound again, so they went pretty fast tier 3. I'm actually going to save my Arcane Missiles until I have Bubs, because I want to give us both vision. I'm pretty sure it charges at the same rate for both players, like as a teammate, so he should have Bubs as well now. There we go. And once again, she's the mage, they play a minion, doesn't matter. The Bubs are on the mage, and it's just over. I think the reason this is so broken is because the Bubs DPS is ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty sure Bubs' DPS is way higher than listed in the stats. So he just annihilates the mage. Alright, the casual nerds again. Excellent. So obviously, same strategy again. Unfortunately, all of these games are going to be on the same map, because obviously the map doesn't change that often. They're doing the same thing where they're trying to enchant the middle. Very interesting. I guess it actually makes sense now that I think about it. Because you get 3 nodes, including your opponents, which is the same as enchanting both sides, and it's the same number of enchants. And you get like this aggressive push on their tower. It's not completely insane. It actually kind of makes some sense. I think it's probably not great because you'll lose this node too easily, but I can see it. I can see there being some logic to it. I think since the buff to statues and mages, you can actually, like, a level 2 statue is actually a pretty strong defensive tool now. It used to be kind of whatever. I'm actually going to enchant here as well. Alright, so our tier 2 is a lot later because obviously we've been fighting, but it means our Bubs is almost ready. So we can potentially even do Bubs on the first Arcane Missiles. If we just wait a little bit, get a little bit more Bubs charge. Oh, there's an Arcane Missile. I'm going to save mine until we have Bubs, I think. Wave as well. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to drop this and Bubs. And then we have double Bubs. Look at how quickly that tower goes down, that mage. It's just ridiculous. It's like they dropped minions to defend. They had a wild growth. There's a wave to keep it alive. It's almost dead now. There's no way they survive. We just have to... They lost the statue because they were so hard defending as well. And this is definitely dead when we have missiles up. Yeah, there's Copycat's missiles. I think that's just GG. And there it is. So there you go, guys. The most ridiculous 2v2 strategy. I know people were going to think I was going to say Rift, but Rift Beacon ain't that good. This right here, Arcane Missiles cheese with Bubs, is absolutely insane. Bubs seems to be the best Guardian for it because he charges fast and his damage is insane. Like, his damage to the mage is outrageous. You get 2 Bubs going, 2 Arcane Missiles. Now, me and Copycat do both have this rune. It gives an extra 20% damage to the Arcane Missiles. I don't think you need that to do it because the Bubs is where most of your DPS comes from. But obviously it does help quite a lot. It is like an extra, like, you know, how many levels is it? Like an extra 10? 5? Extra 5 levels, effectively, on your Arcane Missiles. The rest of the deck, you don't really need... Like, Bubs and Arcane is all you actually need to play. But I think Wave, Goblin, and Huntress are the best tier 1 minions and spell, the best way to defend. I think Orc and Whelps and Gunner are also incredibly strong defensive tools. So I do think this is one of the best builds. If we look at the activity log, you'll see Copycat's deck is slightly different. He's got the Magelings and the Apprentice. He has less tier 2 and more tier 1. He's got the AoE covered. I do think it's good for one of you to have an AoE tier 1 minion to stop things like what these guys were doing to us. But really, it's all about just having the Arcane Missiles and the Bubs. That's what annihilates the mage. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. The most overpowered 2v2 cheese in Arcane Showdown. And I'll see you guys later.